Hello. I'm back. It's your boy L. Let's get this music started. And then we're going to get into it. Hmm. Sorry, I'm looking at all my options. Don't want to play nothing whack. Um, so this is my second stream of the day. I'm going to give it some time before I start drawing for people to come in. I'll give it a little bit of time. Why don't I put it on some of the things we drew last stream? We'll throw this stuff on there, so y'all could see what we did last time. While I mess around on the computer and wait for people to pop in. We got some some subscribers last stream. We got some good questions last stream. So let's see what we get into. I kind of want to stream all night. Um, I've tried streaming on different platforms and stuff, and sorry, I streamed on a couple different platforms, and all the experiences were pretty bad. Um, I was also at different point in life, or different things were different. Um, but now I put my laboratory back together. I kind of lost my studio a couple years ago, and I didn't even know what to do with it anyway. I didn't really need the studio. I was trying to learn how to paint since like the beginning of the pandemic. So I had an art studio for painting, but like I'm not a painter by trade. I'm a drawer. Um, but I got rid of all my digital stuff and like was just going all in with the canvases. And then I lost the studio. I got kicked out because because I broke the terms, and now I've like slowly piece by piece built up a new workspace, a new studio. I got the Huion 16-inch. I got like a little power PC. Got a nice monitor. I got the full desk set up with the cutting mat. I got air compressor, airbrush setup, everything that I could want. All my like traditional pen and paper stuff that I need. Um, it's all here now. So now we could really get into it. If you're in here, let me know if y'all can hear the music. I'm about to get started drawing in a minute. Um, I just want to make sure everyone can hear everything. So yeah, these were the ones we did last stream, which was like 20 minutes ago. And then we're about to work on this one. I actually need like 10 minutes before I get started. I need some time to snack and do some stuff. I'll be right here, but I got some stuff to do on the computer. Um, but feel free to send me questions. And I think her arm is too long. Too long of an arm. Definitely a long arm. She's a long armed one. Let me know suggestions, what y'all want to see me draw next. Um, Maybe I'll just put this Bruce Lee one up because I might work on this one instead. I don't like how his eyebrows came out. If I work on this one, I don't know. I'll show y'all the ones I did my first stream, two streams ago. Just give me a second. I did all portraits that time. I think portraits is the best way to go for me right now because I'm learning how to do the digital painting, and I already have experience with drawing and like drawing anatomy. I grew up drawing superheroes, so I just always drew muscular men. But so I'm not really, that's not why I'm drawing right now. I'm kind of trying to study. I'm not even trying to study images or anything. I'm just trying to understand how I can most efficiently paint on here. I just gotta light my incense up and we'll be good. I wonder what the limit is. The time limit, I mean. I wonder if I should start canvas flipping. I've never done that. I feel like a lot of my work would look awful if I flipped the canvas over. I don't know, I never did that. But I think a lot of my work, because my proportions are never perfect. They're always like a little bit wonky. They're a little teeny bit off, just a little bit. Sometimes more than others. But usually if it's like that, I'll notice it and I'll try to fix it. But there's small things that are like a bit off that most people wouldn't notice, but I know people who study anatomy or draw will probably notice. Well, yeah. We lost the one viewer, but maybe I should speak on that. But I'm streaming to learn the digital painting and to get content. I'll break these videos down into shorter and shorter segments. But I'll be dropping tutorials soon. All types of stuff. I just gotta get in my editing bag. I haven't got in my editing bag yet. Oh no, I only have CapCut right now to edit with, and I don't know if anyone else has like recommendations, but I've only edited short videos with CapCut. And like, I'm on PC right now. This is my first. I got a laptop like the beginning of the year, which was my first PC, and then I got the desktop now too. So I still like don't really know what I'm doing. I do, but I don't know all the stuff I could do. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand about the PC. I need a tutor or something. Um, but like I said, I'm no professional with this. I'm all right though. I kind of know what I'm doing, you know. I've been doing this for a while, pretty long time, more than a couple years. You know, more than I could count on two hands. You know, the digital stuff. I don't know. I've been using Clip Studio since before it was Clip Studio. I've been using it Manga Studio. And back then it was way harder to use. I didn't know what to do on that. I was younger, so I was partially that. But like stuff was not intuitive. There's still a lot of things on it that's not intuitive, but it's pretty easy to figure out. You'll figure it out. Um, but I remember the perspective grids used to kill me. Even just making panels and doing like I couldn't figure out how to do nothing on Manga Studio except ink with the I had like a Wacom a bamboo tablet. Um, but then see I had that. Then my mom was like, "Oh, that digital stuff is popping. Let me get Photoshop." So she got Photoshop and she learned how to use that and she started showing me how to use it. And I started using that. Then I got the iPad when it came out. The iPad Pro, I mean, not the iPad. You know what I mean? I ain't that old. Uh, but I got the. Well, I am that old. I could have got the iPad when it came out. I got the iPad Pro, and I got Procreate, and so I really should be doing Procreate tutorials because that's what I've spent the most time on. Because I got Procreate, and then there's certain little things you couldn't do with Procreate at first. So then I would go to Clip Studio on the iPad to do certain things, and but then certain projects I would just do the whole thing in Clip Studio because it'd be easier. Like if I wanted to do like halftone, like manga style stuff, I'll just do that all in Clip Studio. Because Clip Studio is built for that. Yo, in a little bit, we're gonna have to start calling homies. We're gonna have to see who's the real homie. Who's gonna? Once I get the webcam, it's up. Once I get the webcam, it's up. It's over with. Making so many videos. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be insane. Yeah, if we don't get nobody on by 7, I'm gonna start calling homies. Start calling homies. See what they doing. I gotta get the link for this joint and send it around. Start getting people to clock in so the algorithm can know. Can you get copyrighted for music, or can I play whatever I want? Let me look that up. Oh yeah, we gonna call the homie that makes music. We're gonna see if they can send us some tracks to play in the background. And then and then we're gonna see. Let's start blocking this one in. Alright. It looks like if I want to make money, I can't. And at first I was talking BS, like I don't care about making money, but at the end of the day, I'm not rich, so something might happen. I don't want to end up in a position where I wish I could make money on my YouTube and I can't. So I've been trying to keep it PG, not even PG, but not talk crazy, not do it, not being too explicit. Um, but let's get into it. We gotta figure out a brown. Oh, that's kind of the perfect brown. I wanted to make this dystopian a little bit. I don't know how. Well, I guess I do know how. I'd make it dystopian by the background. Make the background apocalyptic, you know what I'm saying? And this is that one layer method. those aren't right. I wasn't looking at the reference right. Sorry, this is taking a little while. I'm getting warmed up. Yo. I'm just getting the music right for a second. Alright, let's get back to it. I had to open that navigator window for y'all so y'all can see the full screen. And I gotta close this. Alright, now we're good to go. I'm using a gouache brush. I'm doing this in an inefficient, this is kind of the most inefficient manner that you can do this in. There's faster ways. But I like this way, I enjoy it. It's peaceful for me. It's like coloring, reminds me of being a kid. It looks like. Oh, dang. it's time to do the levy. That's the hard part. But I already told you I'm about to go crazy. I don't think I've ever peeped Donkey Kong's ears. Not to me. Not to me. What's a more interesting way to do this streaming thing with the art? So I'm obviously got to clean up all the edges and stuff. Yada 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 yada. Y'all already know. A lot of cleanup. This is very messy. Give me 1 second. I'm thinking about the color. Still blocking colors in. That's pretty good. We could go with that. What did I tell y'all? Yeah, I told y'all last stream. Told y'all I was finna finesse this cutting up. I'm hyper focusing. Need to get the rest of this down.
To be free and flexible and creative was really essential to what I wanted to make, and I didn't find a platform that did that other than Wix. Hi, I'm Meg. I run the first print and design studio in Brighton. I chose Wix for my business because it's
It's so low res, I can't really tell what's going on with her face, so I'm just kind of making it up. Just have to learn enough colors so that I can need to learn colors well enough so I can paint from imagination. So I can draw a lot from imagination, but I need to be able to paint from imagination. Um, yeah, definitely need to be able to paint from imagination. Her lips look really pursed, which isn't that good. There we go. That's better. Then her hair is going to be coming across here. This reminds me of a anime drawing I did a while back. It was like a for a clothing brand, and it was really difficult. I didn't like how it came out. I liked how the hair came out, but I feel like I'm gonna like how this hair comes out way better. That's pretty good. Then we could leave it at. Well, let's do a little. Let's do a little of this. This is looking post-apocalyptic. What I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted. She looks like she don't even got no eyes in here. It's crazy. Her forehead is bright too, though. probably like, what is happening? Why is he doing it like this? But this is how I work. You guys is in nobody because I'm in here by myself. I've never done hair with these specific colors before, like black hair like this. Never ever. It's pretty interesting colors. It's like green and purple, but I think it's coming off black. I think. It feels like it's coming off black. But maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I don't know anything. I don't know anything, but I know a thing or two. Okay. Keep hyper focusing. It's supposed to be just getting it done. And I just keep getting caught up every time. It's not good. So it kind of looks like I made her boobies bigger, but I didn't. Can you say that on stream? Even am I even allowed to say that? Um, but I just made the head like I don't know. The head's kind of in a different position. got to clean up my edges some. Clean up these edges. How we looking? Let's take a step back and take a look at our progress. So we're looking all right. Bang's kind of crooked. Let's fix that real quick before we move on. Okay. This is just the first pass. That's my first pass. I'm gonna go back in. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do these textures. It's fuzzy, and hair, stringy. I gotta pee real quick though. Excuse me. Whoa. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at my competition. I just searched up sketching just to see how many other people are doing it. There's so many, but none of them have any watchers either. It's crazy. You count? I don't know. YouTube might be dead. I'm gonna keep streaming, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. So why did I need to find my? Why did I need to find mine? I don't know. See, I don't like this. I don't like this drawing. I don't like it at all. This is what it's like to be an artist. You hate everything you make. You just make stuff to dislike it, and then you have to make another thing because you know you could be better. You know you could do better. But then a lot of times you don't feel like making another one. This is a booty drawing. It's a booty painting. I mean, ain't nothing there. Even this one. Ugh. I'm so disappointed in myself. If I would have just paid a little more attention, it could have been better. I'm not going to speak on Bruce Lee yet because we ain't done with him. He looked kind of skinny, though. I mean, that's cool. He's still ripped. He's just, like, skinnier. I definitely learned on this one, though, like, about pop. How to make your stuff pop. This one pops more than this one. This one definitely pops more. But I might just call it and leave this one at that. I gotta do the DK. I gotta do the DK. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I gotta figure out what to draw next. I might sketch a couple things, like the Bruce Lee and this one, and then maybe do 2 more, and then come back and refine them later. But yeah. What's good? It says we got a viewer. That might be myself. I don't know. I was just watching my own stream because I'm vain. But maybe not. Maybe it's a real person. Well, say what's up in the chat. We need to figure out what we drawing next. We need to get it going. I don't know what happened to the music. Where'd the music go? Every time. Where'd that music? Oh no. Oh yeah, we did Devin Aoki. Did Bruce Lee. Why does Spider Gwen come up every time? Every time.
Need a DGC video for your business? Find me and many other skilled creators on Five.
This one was better. I'm not gonna call this one because I gotta do her hair still. The hair gonna take a while. The hair gonna be a minute. Big minute. Big minute, big minute, big minute. I think if I'm learned anything through these so far, is I need to loosen up on the face. I'm getting too uptight with the face because I'm scared of losing the proportions. I'm scared to lose the proportions, so like certain things I'm really tight with. chest. Like, you saw how I was real. I got into it with the chest, but that was also just because I started with the chest. But yeah, please I wonder what the other live streams look like. Can I do a live stream reviewing live streams? Is that a thing? If that's a thing, I'm definitely gonna do that. Excuse me. I'm trying to draw some goofy shit, but not yet. It's crazy how much I didn't try to do a caricature with this one, but it still looks like, or I didn't try to like stylize it or do it cartoony, but it looks stylized. I don't know. Maybe I'm about to talk my BS, but I feel like I definitely struggled with style and looked for style, tried to make my own style. But that was never really a main thing. Um, I would have influences and I have people I'd study, different artists or manga artists. Um, but I was open minded all the time. And I always like I always say, I started with superhero comics, which taught me anatomy pretty well and proportions. And then I got into manga, and I was always into like cartoons, like American cartoons as well. And and then like while I'm into all of this stuff though, the whole time I'm training traditionally, like I'm studying anatomy. I was blessed to have a good mentor at a young age. I had a neighbor. They've passed away, but they taught me a lot. They basically taught me everything about rendering in black and white, rendering with ink or with graphite, with charcoal. They just, I wanted to learn how to draw, and at the time I was really young, so I didn't like. I wanted to just draw like action scenes and stuff and cool stuff. I was still on that like mindset, and he was like, I remember the first lesson. He's like, if you want to learn how to draw that stuff good, muscle-bound men, you could draw men 12 feet tall, da 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 da, but you got to learn you got to be able to draw this stuff well, and then I won't even have to teach you how to draw that stuff. And so he just sat me down and had me do still lifes. Every time I went over, it would be like, now you gotta do it cross-hatching. Now you gotta do it hatching. Now you gotta do it like this. And it'll be like, I'd do like 2 still lifes each time or something. And that really just opened my mind, and like, didn't really open my mind, but it just I didn't realize what it did to me then, but once I started teaching, I realized that that's what really made me understand form and how to show it on space and rendering. And once that stuff becomes easy, because it's a puzzle that you have to solve, and once it's just like the Rubik's cube. Once you know how to solve that puzzle, then you keep doing it. It becomes easy. Then you can do it quickly. Because rendering is all about the value and the texture, and just texture mapping, knowing or value mapping, knowing what values go where, and how to create that value with the ink or with whatever your medium is. And once all that stuff becomes natural, you don't really have to think about it. You could think about other things like design and composition and stuff. And even me, I'm just now getting into design more and composition. It takes time. You gotta go step at a time. You know, you gotta start. He was having me do still lives of like vases and just simple objects. The same stuff you already do in like your basic drawing or art class. They'll have you draw an egg or a sphere or whatever it is. But he was kind of having me push that to the next. He was making it a little bit more complex with maybe like 4 or 5 objects. And then he would start throwing reflective objects and other things. And at that young age, I didn't master doing like all the rendering everything. But I could render the basic shapes and get it so you could understand. I wish I still had those drawings. But if you're looking for exercise, do still lifes. Do simple still lifes with different mediums. Because part of what makes you skilled is battling the medium. It's like, okay, charcoal's not good at what's charcoal? I haven't used charcoal in a while. Charcoal is pretty much good at everything. Charcoal's not a good one. Ink is not good at doing different values. Ink is a binary type of rendering system. It's black or it's white. It's the ink or the paper. But you could get all the values still through stippling, hatching, cross hatching, all types of techniques. So battling the ink and having to build up values it's like building up values uphill. You're moving uphill. It's the least efficient way of building up values. Charcoal is more efficient, or paint, or Sumi ink. I'm excluding Sumi ink. When I'm saying ink, I'm meaning line work. I'm meaning microns, dip pens, brushes, but not ink washes, if you get me. So, say cross-hatching or something. You're rendering with crosshatch. You have to learn how to get all these different values with just with lines and changing the distance between them. And that's hard enough, but you also have to value map your drawing and know what values go where. And it starts with just black. You start with black spotting, which is really difficult, and then you go into the details and the rendering, and it makes you think about value so much more than you would if you just had to pick gray on a slider. And you have so much more time to think about what you're doing because you're sitting there doing line after line or dot after dot or whatever your method is. And it really forces you to understand light and shadow, and it really makes you think about it because that's all you have to work with and that's all you have to think about. I think I'm going to upload this video, take this clip out and upload it and show some of my ink drawings, different ways I've gotten different values. But yeah, I do need to go take a leak, so I'll be right back. I was taking a leak, and I just thought of another thing I want to talk about. But let me turn this music down. So another thing I want to talk about, or that I was thinking about earlier, is as I've got is I just want to make a commentary on my skill level and my understanding of what I'm creating. I want to make a commentary on my skill level and how it's progressed over my lifetime. I'm almost 30 now, so, and I've been drawing since forever. So I want to make a commentary, and I was just thinking earlier about, because I'm just now getting back into digital painting, right? And I've noticed this a lot of times in my life. Sometimes I don't draw for a while, or I'm not in a creative mindset for a long period of time. Or I don't do a specific type of art. Maybe I don't ink. I haven't inked a comic page for a long time, but been doing other like paintings or something or whatever it is. Sometimes I come back and I'm rusty, but a lot of times I come back and I notice that I've developed some unnew skill and some, not a new skill, but I've gotten a new strength that I didn't really practice. And there's other ways. How do I word this? As I've gotten older, not even as I've gotten older, but as I've lived my life and had life experiences, I noticed that when I come back to the artwork, especially if I've been thinking about it a lot, there's not much rust, or there may be rust, but the rust is outshined by all the new ideas that I have that have been waiting to come out, or all the new things. Sometimes I notice I don't know how to word this. I need to like write this out or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter because there's nobody in here. I mean, I could call this one. Well, I can't call this one just yet. I can't call it yet. I gotta do the hair. Yeah, I don't even know what I was trying to explain. I guess what I was saying was that practicing and drawing every day isn't the only way to get better. There's a lot of intangibles to drawing ability. There's knowing what to draw. And everything, there's knowing the context of like, okay, what's my audience? Who am I aiming this drawing towards? I didn't understand that for a long, long, long time. I think I'm just now understanding that. And I would always just draw stuff that I wanted to draw, or draw projects I wanted to draw. And then maybe once every so often I would be like, oh, let me do a portfolio piece, or let me I would gear it towards an audience. I'd be like, all right, let me do this comic for submission. But generally, I'm just drawing what I want. And also this goes for like social media stuff too, gearing your stuff towards an audience. It was something that was hard for me to understand. It was like, why do I have to make all this same type of stuff? I want to make something different. I always switch, I can't be set in one style, and that's like a thing. Every artist goes through that, and and not every artist, but artists now. This is a new thing for artists, I guess, actually. But setting their style, and so I would just feel like I don't know. I didn't understand how to market myself and brand myself, and I still don't really. Um, but I kind of understand how to do it on a project by project basis, and I'm learning still. Obviously, like I'm still have a lot to learn about that, but I feel like I've started to understand it. Um, but yeah, there's lots of different things like that. And there's different industries depending on what type of art you do. There's different levels. Like, you know, if you're a landscape painter and you take a trip around the world but you can't paint and you come back, your landscape paintings might be so much better than they were before, even if you weren't able to paint for a whole year. Um, And I don't know if this applies to everybody. Maybe this only applies when you get to a certain level. I don't know. Maybe it like, you know, once you create, you know, you use, so you draw so much that it becomes a part of you, you know? It's like, you can't really say someone would forget how to write. And would someone's writing really get worse if they don't write for a year? I think it does, though. Their writing does get worse. But that doesn't mean that what they have to write, the contents of what they're writing, would be worse. You get what I'm saying? That's kind of the point I'm trying to make, is like, there's other ways that your art gets better besides the technical skill of how you draw and how you know how to draw or how you know how to create. You know, there's lots of levels to it. There's the meaning behind your work. There's the audience that you're reaching for. Then there's your efficiency of how do you reach that audience. It takes a long time to learn how to reach your audience and the best ways of doing that. There's all types of levels to this, and I think a lot of people, a lot of young artists struggle with, there's just so many levels, and it's kind of like once you start realizing how many levels, it feels like you're in the deep end. And you're like, I got to wear all these hats. I got to market myself. I got to show up to place and network myself. I have to merchandise myself. I have to, you know, do all this stuff. And you're still trying to just get better at art at the same time. It can be a lot. But a lot of these other levels can be unlocked in other ways through life, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, I've done the social media stuff, but all my real opportunities, all the murals I've done, or all the pieces I've sold, most of the pieces I've sold, or opportunities to show places that I've gotten have come from real life things, or real people from my neighborhood, or people I've met. And I've been able to leverage a lot of different things, just so that I could afford to keep making art. That's the goal at the end of the day, is to be able to keep making art. It doesn't matter how I do that, as long as I can afford the time to make some art. I'm getting at that age where it does need to start making me income, because I'm either going to have a family, or I need to start being around my family more and having more responsibility. So, you know, I'm at an age where, like, I either need to make the art thing kind of pay off, or I need to put it as a weekend thing and start, you know, clocking in every day for 10 hours or whatever. Which I do now part-time, but I don't work every day. I work on like a project, like a when they need me type thing. So I work probably like 2 weeks a month or something. And I'm fortunate to have set up a situation where I can afford to live that way. But that's not easy, and that's not for everyone. That's part of the balancing act of being an artist. That's part of what it is to be an artist, is figuring it out, figuring out how to make time for your craft and not giving up on it. You can make some crazy plan of like, I'm gonna draw every day for 30 minutes, da da da. But what happens when it hits the fan and you forget to draw, or you can't draw for a week? It's not end all be all. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't. It only mattered to you that you didn't draw for that week. Not to say to not make plans like that, but I'm just saying, in terms of who you are as an artist, you could get caught up on all the internal stuff, but there's the outward, like what have you done as an artist? Because the making of the art is only like, that's really only the first step. Then you have to present it. Then you have to show it. Then you got to get smacked in the face by people saying it looks like this, it looks like that. Oh, that's Dragon Ball Z, or this that. And you got to take all that on the chin and keep going, or take the feedback and work with it and use it to get better. But that's all part of it. That's all. All of this is part of it, and to be successful as an artist, you have to be a full package artist. And a full package artist doesn't mean that you can draw and paint everything. It means that you could draw and paint anything or everything. No, it doesn't even mean that. It means that, like, you can draw and paint everything that's on brand for you. Right? And you can negotiate for yourself to have a living wage, whether that means in the art field or in other fields. You can manage your time well enough to get projects done. And you can promote yourself, and you have the confidence to face failure and negative feedback. Those are all the qualities you need to be an artist, and it takes a long time to learn those qualities. Some people have most of them, some people have all of them right from the gate. Some people, parents train them, or some people and the fifth one was belief in your work, conviction. And that one is kind of iffy, because as artists we always are going to have doubts, but you need to be able to present as if you have conviction, as if you have belief in your work. But it's all right if you still have doubts or you're not really believing it. But it's hard to know where to draw the line. That's the other skills. Knowing when to draw the line is like knowing when you've worked on it enough, and when it's perfect enough and there's nothing more you could do. Even then, there's still going to be doubts, like how I could have done it better, but you got to know when to cut those out. And these are all skills that you can learn in other fields and other jobs and other ways. A lot of these are just general life skills. So maybe if you put the pen down for a little bit, you might become a better artist. Maybe not. I didn't put the pen down until the first time I took the break from drawing. It was my junior year of high school. It was like a religious thing, and I was like, all right, I can't draw anymore. It's against my religion. And I stopped drawing for 8 months. It was more like 10 months. And it was awful. It was horrible. It was one of the worst times of my life. And but that it might be different for someone who maybe has only been drawing for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I don't know. But that's one thing. If you feel like you don't have the skill level, then keep working, and keep developing your skill level. But just remember that there's other things. There's other skills besides just your the technical skill of being able to create images. That's one aspect of being a successful artist and having like a fulfilling career. There's a lot more to it though than just that. I don't even have what you could call a career yet, and I'm just now like really like getting my mind set and to have a career for myself and make something for myself, because I've got so many projects in the chamber. I've got a lot that I can offer. I just need to put it out there, and I'm trying to develop a little bit of a platform before I drop any major projects. Cause I don't want to. I've dropped a comic before and it like didn't hit. I didn't have an audience, so it didn't really do nothing. So it wasn't a great time. But anyway. Just remember, develop other skills. Sales is a good skill to have. Knowing how to be a salesman. If you're young and you're looking for work, don't look for work in the art industry. Look for work in the sales industry, or learn business management, or learn. I've done is I did door-to-door sales. So when I got out of high school, I worked at a factory for like a year. I left the house. I saved up a little, left the house, went back to the city that I grew up in, because my parents had moved. Anyway, I'm telling too much of the story. Anyway, I worked at a factory. Then I moved and started living on my own. And I worked. I did canvassing. This was like 2018, the Trump campaign. I was getting petitions signed, and I was just like talking to people. We would do phone banking where we had to cold call people and try to get them to give you their information and stuff. And then after that, I did a bunch of canvassing jobs at different places at different times for different campaigns. Some of them I stayed at longer than others. That's if you do that type of work, shout outs to you. That's tough work. But if you're young and you're trying to if you're not confident, if you're not well socialized, or if you don't, that's not your strong suit. You need to do work like that, or be a server or something. I've also done catering, where I was a server at banquets for proms and stuff, and I had to bring out plates and stuff. These are all fields where I've learned a lot, and they've make me feel like I'm prepared to do business with anybody. I'm prepared to write up a contract. I'm prepared to advocate for proper wages for myself. I know how to deal with bosses who aren't trying to give you proper wages. That skill, that's a skill for everybody. Everybody needs to learn that skill. And if you don't learn that skill, you're gonna be ass out. I'm sorry, but you're gonna be ass out if you don't learn how to get your wages right. And there's been times I got, but I got back too. You feel me? I got something back. It didn't mean I ain't get that paycheck, but I got something. But I wasn't always like that. There was times where people could get over on me. I've been through crazy situations where I lost a car over a job, and I come back next day, no car, and they still don't want to pay me. And but all of this stuff is life experience. And the only message I want to have for young artists is just to don't worry. There'll be time to draw. Keep making time for yourself to draw. Just make that a priority. Whatever you do with your life, it doesn't matter. You don't have to go to art school. You don't have to be a career artist. You don't have to get into this specific industry. You don't have to work for that animation studio or that gaming company. You don't have to make an anime that looks just like this anime that's your favorite or in this style. just relax a little. Relax. And just do it for the fun. Find the fun in it. Find the fun in it and make time for it. And explore other avenues of life as well. Because at the end of the day, all art is informed by life. All art that moves people is informed by life. You could draw mech bunny girls and dread missile robots and all the crazy stuff you want. And people think, yeah, that's cool, that's rad. But if you really want to move people, if you really want your images to have an impact, I think you really gotta go out there and live life and try things and do things and try to make money in other ways. Don't feel like you have to go all in, because I felt like that when I was younger. I dropped out of college to go all in on my comic. Like, I've dropped out of college for this type of stuff, and I don't really regret it. But I kind of regret going to college for graphic design anyway. But just explore. I just explore other joys in life. If drawing and making art is a joy for you in life, explore other joys in life. Find other things that bring you joy, and then you can draw those things. You can incorporate them into your drawings, and not to make it all about marketing, but that's also how you expand your audiences. If you have certain interests, and you represent that audience through your art. But yeah, find other things. Like, I spend a lot of time in my life just effing off and riding my skateboard all day and just hanging out with friends and drinking beer. And I was still drawing, but I wasn't working. I wasn't working on no project. I would do some doodles or something, draw some faces or something. It's not like I say I've been drawing since I was little, but it's not like I always was pushing myself as an artist or trying to draw, trying to get better at drawing. Sometimes it's just like a thing I do when I'm really bored. But yeah, young artists, don't feel like you gotta prove anything. Remember, this art thing is a long game. You gotta think about after you die. You might just have to wait till after you die to be successful. And you gotta sit right with that. You gotta be okay with that. Or don't be okay with that. No. I shouldn't say that to y'all, because that's gonna make y'all feel like y'all gotta get up and get it. You're like, I ain't gonna wait till I die. I'm just saying though, like, look at other artists. A lot of artists haven't been successful until they passed. But that doesn't have to be us. But we're not athletes. We don't gotta get off. We don't gotta launch in our 20s so that we can retire when we're 40. You don't have to retire from drawing. You don't have to retire from art. Art is the long game. That's what I mean by that. It's like, you gotta find your joy in it. That's the priority, because as soon as you find your joy in it, whether you have a career or don't have a career, you could die happy. And it's easier to find a joy in things, when you have other stuff going on, when you have other life, other things, And for me personally in my life, that's been finding the joy in family. I've been trying to be with family, and that's the joy that's been important to me. Is like, I spend a lot, as an artist, we could spend a lot of time isolating. It's easy to isolate yourself, and You gotta not do that sometimes. You gotta be with people. You gotta be around. Da 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 da. But I think I'm about to end this stream because nobody's watching, and I'm just here talking to myself. It's not funny. It's not. I guess I'm being inspirational. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the industries and all these industry YouTubers and people, career illustrators and stuff are all talking doom and gloom, da doody dee, doody da. But there's a big voice that's silent of the people who are super skilled, who draw real good, who paint real good, and they just do it for fun. And they just do it on their own, and they don't even show anybody. And we won't even know who those people are. Most likely, until their stuff gets found way later. Then that's okay. But I think it's easy also to get misled by a lot of industry artists, because they've wrapped their whole livelihood into this art thing, and it's a very serious matter to them, and as it should be. They're in a position now where they, if the industry collapses, they've got to either be able to switch to freelance, which if they're a YouTuber, they've kind of got that cushion where they've been doing YouTube for a while, so they can switch to YouTube, or get commission work through that, or do their own projects and launch through their platform. But for a lot of the industry people, they don't have the time to do a YouTube. That's a luxury that very few industry artists have. A lot of them are worked to the bone. And not to mention they have a family, or they have kids to take care of, or whatever. So, but anyway, these guys are I'm not saying they're lying. They're telling the truth. But and with the AI thing going on, everyone's acting like art's dead, but it's only dead if you let it die. It's really only dead if you let it die, if you stop caring. Because I'm going to be right here. I'm going to be making stuff. Even if nobody sees it, even if I'm in here talking to myself, I ain't worried about it. I was already doing this before I was streaming. Before, like, I would be doing this with no camera, with no mic. I would be sitting here doing the same thing. If I had a day off of work, if I had a night free, like today, like tonight, this is who I am. So you can't tell me art gonna die, because I'm right here. You're gonna have to kill me, right? And yeah, and I already got my will written and everything. Once y'all take me, everything I got in the chambers getting released. All the stuff I got locked and loaded is get dumped. I'm gonna live forever. Art, you can't kill art. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can sit there and worry, da-dee-dee-doo. But just make stuff. And make stuff that's relevant. Make stuff that's relevant to how you feel. That's relevant to your community. Relevant to the people you care about. That's what art is for. Art is for the people. It's not to get a job. Art isn't to get a job. Art isn't to make video games. Art isn't to storyboard movies. Art is for people. It's to express the culture. It's to express human emotion, the human condition. As long as there's humans on here, art ain't gonna die. You know what I'm saying? But y'all letting it die by arguing about the AI this, AI that, da. The number of videos I've seen about AI compared to the number of videos I've seen of people trying to launch their own project or trying to promote their own IP. Everybody's making so much stuff, but they're not making IPs. and we're just getting the same regurgitated IPs over and over again, sequels on sequels on sequels that are each 200, 300, 400 million dollars. Can't everybody see that this is the time to get those IPs out? We need to figure out, like, if we need a new system to launch things, the new platform, whatever it is, we need to be putting our IPs out, because things are stale right now. And before AI gets too advanced, you got to put your IP out so it's stamped with your name on it. And everybody's on one side of the fence now, but I guarantee you, as soon as AI gets advanced enough to make you your anime out of your comic, or an anime off of just your OC drawings, make a full anime with from your script and your OC drawings, everybody gonna be all hopping on it. I'm telling you. Everybody except the artist that already. Even artists gonna be swayed by that. I'm telling you, I would, if there was an AI that could take a script, no, not if it could take a script, but if there's an AI that could take a storyboard or one of my comics and turn it into an anime that didn't look like a piece of trash, like everything I've seen so far, I might be swayed. I might possibly be swayed to that side of the fence. I don't know. It would have to be really good. Or it would be the type of thing, I don't know. I'm pretty against AI, but there's cases where I would work with it. But I don't even think ethical AI is possible. Like that's just, I don't think it's possible. And I think that's part of the repercussions of putting your artwork on the internet. On a place like the internet. If you put your artwork on a place like the internet, it just is what it is. You feel me? It is what it is. Like, it's up there. The internet is forever for anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can do whatever they want with it, and you can argue with them after the fact, but you know what I'm saying? I could take whatever image, or someone could take whatever image of whatever and make a stand and sell it as their own artwork. And if it's your artwork and you find them, you can argue with them and take it to court, but they already did it. It's already done. Like, that's the nature of the internet. Like, I get legally and ethically it's wrong. AI is wrong. Legally, ethically, morally, it's awful. But the reality of a place like the internet is it's up for anyone to do anything with it. And you can argue with them about it after the fact. And I'm not going to sit here and grandstand like, oh, and that's why I don't post nothing. I posted stuff online. I've got a lot of good things and attention from posting things online, and I've had to, do cease and desist. I've had to, like, people have built Etsy stores and Shopify stores off of my designs before when I was young, and it just happens. It's just what happens. AI is way worse than that. AI is way worse than someone just taking your logo. AI is really bad, and I'm totally with all the artists and all the rage. But it's also like, I haven't heard anybody say like, what do you want me to do? What am I to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to compete with the AI. And I think the only way to not compete with the AI is to, you have to do your own branding. You have to be your own brand. You have to be offering a product that the AI can't really compete with. Because the product that the AI is offering, that you give it a prompt and it makes an image. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of graphic design, that's what a lot of character design and concept art is you're taking a prompt from a senior person at your workplace and you're making images of it. That's your job. Now, is that what art is to you? I doubt it. Art probably means more to you than your job. So if AI can do that job, that means you need to find another job. You obviously need to find another job, but another job is not going to cut it because no one else is going to want to ask you to draw stuff if it can ask the AI. So that means you need to offer something that AI can't offer. And that is the human experience. It means you have to tap into your human side and you got to offer people either illustrations that mean something to them or stories that mean something to them or something that means something to them. And it can't just be cool shit. It can't just be cool guns and cool babes and cool vehicles that fly fast and shoot far, and it can't just be that type of stuff because that don't mean nothing to people. Depending how you do it, it could mean something. But just drawing armored out people in cool armor doesn't mean something intrinsically. Like just because it looks cool doesn't make it worthwhile or doesn't make it mean anything meaningful. And that's what I think should be the ultimate goal of an artist, is to have meaning in your work. So I've been doing all this talking and no drawing, but yeah, like these drawings right here, they don't have no meaning. This is meaningless. All of this stuff is the Bruce Lee one. Like the only meaning they have is from the characters that they are. This is Donkey Kong. So that's an intrinsic meaning. This is, if you can recognize her, it's Devin Aoki, and this is Bruce Lee. So like they have that meaning, but besides that, besides it being a depiction of said character, it don't got no meaning. And it could have a meaning to someone else who's looking at it, but for me, it has no meaning. I didn't try to imbue it with any meaning. You know, I'm just trying to depict said character. Right, and that's what a lot of character design is, and concept art is like, I just gotta depict this in a cool way, right? And that's just the job. That's just the jobber level. But the iceberg level is, how do I make a character that has meaning to people, that's relevant to people, to today's audience. Or you might have to define your audience. Okay, this character needs to resonate with said people. How do you do that? You have to spend time with those people. You got to know those people. You got to know that lifestyle. And then you can make a character. But if you're a jobber, you're at the desk all day. They're going to work you to the bone. You don't got time to do nothing. You don't got time to be out there living life. And so I think that's why a lot of people are stressed, is because now you have to make meaningful stuff, or you gotta do a job with meaning. Well, there ain't no exceptions. We all gotta add value to society. We all gotta participate. Unless you come from super uber money and you just got it like that, but we all got to play our role. And if the role of being an artist, not the role of being an artist, but if the role of being the guy that draws stuff that people need drawn isn't a role that needs to be filled anymore, you got to find a new role. You got to find a new lane. And that's another reason why I don't recommend college. And the only reason I wish I got on YouTube earlier was so that I could recommend people, don't go to college. Because, or not even don't go to college. That's wrong. I retract that. Don't go to college for art. Don't go to college for art. Go for business. Go for marketing. Go for something else. Something valuable. Something that you could, one, get an actual job in, and two, that will help you sell your art. That's not a new thing. A lot of people have been saying that for a long time. I've heard that from a lot of people. But people haven't told me about the detriment. The thing is, when you go in for art, say everything works out ideally, which it has for a lot of these YouTube artists. You know, you go to college, you get into the good art school, you make connections, you get a job out of college. That's how it ideally would work. Now you spent all your time just doing art. You've only done art. You haven't spent your time doing art sales. You haven't spent your time doing art marketing. You spent all your time making the art or taking classes around art. Right? God forbid you go for fine arts. But if you went for graphic design or something, they taught you some things about business, maybe. Or if you went through for illustration, they probably taught you about working with clients. What was the point I was getting to? Yeah. So say you get your job right out of college, and then you work there 5 years and you lose the job. Or say what happens, say what's happening now happens and the industry collapses. And now you're ASS out because you put all your eggs in this basket, and now you're trying to scramble. And now you got to do classes and this and that. We got enough classes online. There's more than enough classes. We don't really need no more classes. We need more IPs. We need more meaningful work. The consumer is starving right out here. Comics died. We need to figure out how to get them back to the people, or get some type of meaningful work that relates to the people. All of us digital artists, concept artists, we all get caught up in this fantasy world and world building and building this whole thing. And maybe this whole world building that we're doing is an allegory for the real world or the injustices that we see in the real world. And that's great and all. But there's more than enough going on in the real world that hasn't been presented in fiction. There's so many real world stories. And I'm not even talking nonfiction. I'm talking just fiction with based in the real world. Stories based in the real world. It could still be sci-fi. It could still be horror. It could still be whatever, but based in the real world with real world characters. That's the main thing I feel like we've lost so much of. Is characters that are regular people. Everybody is living some crazy, unrelatable lifestyle. Like, where's the regular characters that struggle with regular stuff? Where are those characters at? And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't consume entertainment that much anymore because I got tired of it. Because none of it has nothing to do with my real life. None of it. My real life is so different than anything they're trying to depict. And I think that sweet spot is fiction or whatever your genre is, but you got to have a touch of that real life. Your characters got to have a touch of that everyday, regular, degular. That's what makes them humble and relatable. That's what makes Hayao Miyazaki characters so great. That's what makes what's the guy? I can't remember his name. Crap. The other guy's characters. Akira Toriyama's characters are so endearing because a lot of them are just like, they seem like regular people you meet. You could meet Chi-Chi. We've met a girl like Chi-Chi. That should be your goal with your characters. You need at least 2 characters in your story that everyone is like, I've met someone like her. I feel like I haven't seen any movies or any shows or anything where it's like, I know that type of girl. I know that type. Or I know that type of guy. Whatever. It's not a gender thing. It's just like, I know that type of person. Like, we don't get that no more. I don't know if it's like the political correctness and the identity politics and everything has got people scared to portray realistic characters. But I feel like there's no good characters. Like what's a good character that people like for good reasons, not for bad reasons. Like don't say the Joker. Can't say Homelander. Like who? I wish there were people in the stream so y'all could actually tell me, because I know there are some that I'm not thinking of. But like I'm thinking of the characters on Among Us. They were so famous because they did regular stuff. They were in a spaceship, but they were doing regular stuff. They were the most regular characters. Regular by how they look. But I don't know. I think everybody's worried about making money off their stuff, this, doing this, that. I think we need to worry about making IPs and making quality stuff that the consumer wants. That's all you need to be worried about. For me, I make comics, so at the end of the day, I'm an entertainer. I have to entertain. And if you don't entertain, you don't sell, you don't make money. Right? I don't make money off my comics. That's not what I do for a living right now. I haven't even launched my first comic yet. But I'm trying to build a platform for it. But we gotta find new audiences and we gotta band together. They got a monopoly on the entertainment industry. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. We watched them get a monopoly on the entertainment industry, and now we're gonna act surprised like, oh, they're kicking us out. At the first chance they get. But they can't entertain without the people. The people are logging off. The people are tired of it. They're just tired of it. Entertainment is stuck in a loop. We're in an echo chamber. We need new stuff, new IPs. That might be my TV station I'm gonna start. It's a TV station that never shows the same thing twice. And it's submission based. So you submit stuff and we air it. We air it one time, that's it. You never know what'll be on there, but it will be curated. Dang. I wonder how much data that would be. Like a week of TV programming. I wonder how much data a week of streaming to myself, talking to myself would be. I'm gonna get off at 9. I'm gonna get off at 9 and we're gonna come back and work on these. I'll work on those later. Use the chips. might make this my avatar or something. I'm gonna do that. Pretty readable. Like, I'm looking at the small thumbnail, and even from far away, you could tell it's a girl in a Donkey Kong outfit. That's the main thing you want to be sure of what your paintings is. Not the main thing, but it's an important thing that they're readable from a distance. Unless you're going for like a confusing look and trying to get people to be confused. I need to get a Coca-Cola. Get recharged. I'm about to call the homies though, actually. Before I get off, so I can get some engagement before I get off. We're gonna do cat reveal at 10 subscribers. Let's get that engagement. Yo, what's up, bro? I'm on stream. I'm on stream. Yeah. On YouTube. You gotta look me up. What you doing? Yeah, I don't got no viewers. I'm about to get off in a minute, but I figure I'll call some friends and try to get some engagement before I get off for the algorithm. My YouTube is Wolvie Draws. Did you find it? Hit the like and the let me get a little subscription. Where's my, let me show you all the pieces we did today, or I did today. We got this girl. I'm still finishing this one. This was Devin Aoki. This is Devin Aoki, that girl from Fast and Furious. Then we started with the Bruce Lee one. What'd you say?
Is that like Comic-Con or something? Cosplay?
Nah, she was in Fast and Furious, the movie. She's like an actor.
This picture right here was the Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought you said is that Comic Con. Yeah, this is DK.
I'm saying, like, what she doing with this Donkey Kong suit? Is she like cosplaying that convention or something?
I have no idea. Probably, or she's like a mascot. Maybe it's a Nintendo event. But she's bad. I don't know why that would be her job. Like usually they put these type girls by the cars and stuff, or in front of stages, and You know, with their face out. Not in a gorilla outfit. That's why it was funny to me, because it's like there's a babe in a gorilla outfit. But yeah. Alright, I'm about to what is that?
You need spicy ass nachos.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm eating chips too. I'm about to hit Shy up. See what he's on. I need music for this drawing. But I'll holler at you later, bro. Alright, bro. Peace. Alright. Alright. Call my other guy with my 0 viewers. See, he not even like he said he was my man's, but he not even in here. He said he saw it and he was watching it, but I'm watching the whole thing. Like I got all the stats right here. I see it didn't go up. I seen it. I seen it, my boy. I seen it. But let's see. Hello?
Yo,
Yeah, sorry. I'm on the stream.
oh, you're on the stream.
I'm streaming. I'm trying to check my stream. What are you up to?
What is it on?
YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just about to take a shower, but I'll check your stream real quick.
Alright. And then you gotta send me some music to play if you got some. Some DCMA. You're not gonna DCMA me, are you?
What's that?
You're not gonna copyright claim me, are you? Get me demonetized. You gotta suit it. My YouTube is Wolvie Draws.
How you spell that?
WOLVY.
Okay.
Dang, I'm so shadow banned.
You're shadow banned.
I'm not even shadow banned. It's just that like they make it really hard to find my live stream.
You know what the real shit was? It's not the immediately when I went to the
You see what I'm drawing?
yeah.
It's moving around.
Silver Dawn.
What? No. That's not it. That's the wrong. That's like an old live.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm saying they misredirecting everyone.
That's how old?
Yeah, it should have a Donkey Kong drawing.
Oh, yeah, okay. I just heard you say that.
Yo,
Sick, though.
it was I just called Malik. He was like, yeah, I'm a look at it. I'm looking it up right now. And he was like, yeah, I see it. The viewers, he didn't look at it at all. Like I got all the stats on the thing. And he was like, I see that. But you hear this? Can you hear the music? You don't hear it? That's mad quiet. Hold on, let me turn it up a little. It's not like it's like good music, but I'm just trying to see. Is that better? How's that? Is it louder? Well, I'm not using the phone microphone. Okay. So, alright. I got you. Cause I changed the levels in YouTube and then I just changed them in different software. That worked, it seems like. Alright, like and subscribe, your boy. I need the tunes too. If you want to put tunes, I'll put like a watermark. If you want me to put like a watermark for you, or like a music vibe, such and such. I know. This is my first stream. I got 3 likes. I got 2 follows or 3 follows, 2 subscribers. What I'm gonna do is cause you see how long they are. I'm talking about all types of random stuff, and I'm gonna just chop them down into shorter videos, and then post them as like recording videos. All right, bro. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. I think we're about to wrap it up. It's almost 9 o'clock. It's about that time to close my windows and close. Now I'm closing my eyes, but it's time to get out of here. It's about that time. It was great drawing. I had a fun time streaming. We had a couple viewers, couple things popping off. We got these done. No, they're not done. This middle one might be done, but none of these are really done. I'll probably stop streaming. I'll probably start streaming again tomorrow. I don't know if I'll start streaming. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to stay posted. But I don't have a schedule for this shit. But next time I'll be working on these. Computer didn't blow up. Nothing crazy happened on stream. I kinda exposed myself earlier. On the stream I did earlier today, I got exposed, but no one's got to know about that. So yeah, y'all have a good night, and I'll catch y'all later. I might hop back on at like 10, 11ish if I'm still awake and I'm not tired. If I'm still trying to work on it, I'll hop back on. I'm gonna get going with some other projects. So y'all have a good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe.